Alright, y'all. Welcome to the Wiretap. You heard? This is episode 48, y'all. Got my man Jeff with me here. Got Tony behind the camera.
What's up,
Bree is remote with a hookah. But we here, y'all.
Just miss my doubt.
As always, like, follow, subscribe, and you know what I say. If you're feeling frisky, go ahead and
comment. What did I say?
Miss my doubt. And he just coughed in his hand, so we not shaking hands at all.
No, it was my left hand. It wasn't even my right hand.
Watch the mic.
My fault.
I just gave Bree my book bag. I got hand sanitizer.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This is germaphobe. I just said my left hand. But anyway, like I was saying, I was rudely interrupted. Like, follow, and subscribe. And we'll be right back, y'all. Bow. Hey.
My name is Jimmy.
Hey.
His name is Greg Bill. We went to the same school.
I'm in a raise. He's fucking my mom, and we're nearly the same age.
Oh, the still? No, I want them niggas know.
It's a brand new car. You can use it.
Nah, I'm joking.
She can't even get me to the shelter. I live at home in the trailer.
Go ahead.
Guess what? Mom, I'm coming home to you.
Go ahead, do the clap, brother.
And I mean, hello.
Do the clap, niggas.
I don't know what we going to expect for this show today.
We need guidance.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm here. I'm back on the board, y'all.
Hold on.
Wait, go ahead.
How you been, man? I ain't seen you.
That's where I was getting ready to go.
Okay, yeah, you know what? We did not do our mental health check-in. As far as I'm concerned, bro, I've been good, man. No complaints. I always say I don't have no complaints, but I've actually been really having a grand time, man.
I tell you this: if you did complain, I'll give you 15 minutes.
That's all I need.
After 15 minutes, I can't listen no more. But
That's
I give
fair.
you 15 minutes to get your shit off.
That's fair. Work was slow as fuck this week.
Yeah.
It picked up a little bit today, but other than that, man, I've been good, man. No complaints at all. What about you?
I've been good, like, going through the whole entrepreneur shit,
Right.
going through the whole life shit, and when you start taking risks, and like you start to like grow exponentially, right?
Okay.
And it's like,
Expeditiously.
not that word.
No, not that word.
Oh, wrong word.
Yeah.
My fault.
Okay, so I
Hey,
use
yo.
that word. You grow at a large clip really fast. Let's just put it in layman's terms.
Okay.
All right, and then so like that growth that you go through and shit, the people around you that know you, they don't want to acknowledge the growth, but they see it.
Okay.
And they also want to keep you in that same spot that they know you in. And it's like, nah, my G, I ain't.
Is that not hate?
I don't think it's hate. I think it's you not growing how I'm growing, and so you can only see me in the lane that which you know me from.
Okay.
Like, my nigga, I done grown out that.
Hey, yo, I'm going to say this because Jeff got a valid point because, damn, how I'm going to say this without saying too much? My fault.
No,
I'm
fucking with you.
No, because, like, what you said resonated with me because I just said that to somebody because I'm going through a little situation and I had to reach out to my oldest son's mom to coordinate some things.
Right.
And in my mind, I'm thinking, like, man, this shit about to go left. She about to be like, fuck, no.
Yeah.
When I reached out, surprisingly enough, she agreed.
Yeah.
And I said to one of my good friends, I said, I gotta stop seeing her in the light that she used to be in because clearly she's in a new space.
She's
now.
growing. She's evolving.
But continue. Sorry.
Yeah.
But it's like everybody doesn't have that same grace or perspective as you to take a step back to like see it and acknowledge it and appreciate it. So like when I'm like speaking on myself, so like as I'm going through it, bro, like I just be getting hit with dogs left and right, but now I've gotten to a point where it's just like, well, now I know why that shit happening. Like I'm good. So like when you ask for the mental health, bro, I'm doing great now.
Man, that's what's up.
Like, I ain't letting shit
glad,
get to me.
I'm glad you in that space, yo.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes some shit for you to get to that point where you like, you know what? Fuck all that.
Fuck all that. Like, that's the easiest. Now, I don't want to say that's the easiest, bro, because it take a lot to get to a point where you can say fuck all that. But once you get to that space, nigga,
shit runs smooth, bro.
Yeah.
It really do.
Yeah, fuck it. Like, all right, I always think fuck it has its place and its time, but it has definitely helped me in life. In the sense of like, fuck it. It is what it is. Like,
yeah,
I'm
I
not
can't
gonna
control it. I can't stop it. This is what it is. I not let it happen. Grow from whatever that situation is and keep it pushing. If you let that shit put you in a dark place or stop your progression, that's on you. That's a weak individual, if you ask me. But with that being said, Tony, how was your week?
It's been trying. I'm trying to be confident in some decisions that I've made right now.
Okay.
But life is lifing, as usual. I reached out to my man here, Jeff.
woo woo.
You know what I'm saying? To get some financial guidance.
I did as well.
Anybody need to go ahead and hit me up on Instagram, Investing with Jeffrey.
Yes.
Just shoot me a DM.
Shoot him.
Or if you're in the Baltimore area or in the metropolitan area, I got a spring business mixer coming up May 17th at 12 p.m. at Stimify. Stop through.
That was a commercial. We're going to took that up.
That drop.
Yeah. But, I mean, other than that, I'm thugging it through, you feel me? I'm making shit happen, as they say.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I got a good support system out here. Just not amongst y'all, but as family as well. You get what I'm saying? So
yeah,
things are gonna come together. It's just taking some time.
Yeah, as long as you can put one foot in front of the other. On the drive over here, I was thinking, I was like, damn, bro, like, you had more good days than bad days.
Absolutely.
But it's like that bad day, it only happened once, but we drag it out in our brain.
Yes.
For it to linger for multiple days into weeks, months, etc., etc.
And sometimes we let that shit create even more bad situations. You ponder on that long enough. The next thing your attitude changed, then your outlook changed, and you responding to people crazy. Now you got another situation you in. You get what I'm saying? Or you made a choice where you wanted to feel good, now you got a kid. I know that's extreme. But
that shit wow, like.
But I'm just saying,
Niggas say, damn, then you bought a car or something that you ain't need.
Another human. Like, no.
You went to the casino, lost a couple $100.
I'm just saying, how many niggas you think was out there that made bad decisions on doing something? Just
okay, but the kid is not.
Yeah, the kid is extreme.
Oh, let's take that back. I apologize, children.
Thank you.
Yeah,
kids.
let's.
How was your week, Kiyon?
I already answered that.
He did?
Yeah.
How was your week, Bree?
My week was good. It was restful. I didn't work as much this week.
Okay.
Call out queen.
Hello. Mental health is a thing.
Okay.
So I take my mental health
in your
days
job.
in my job.
Not in my
Especially with that shit.
Especially with that shit. But I am now a CDL permitted driver.
Oh, fire.
Studying for that was trying. I failed like 3 times. I got up Wednesday morning. I was like, "You off? Just do it." I didn't tell nobody, none of my friends, my mother, nobody. And then I went in there and I passed, and I got my endorsements. So,
Okay.
So
Congrats.
my test for MTA is June the 24th.
Okay.
So
We're gonna pass that too. We ain't tripping.
Yeah, we passing that. We
it's
passing
just a
everything.
situational personality.
Yeah, either way, we pass it.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
get
we
into that
passing
bag.
it.
We get into that bag.
You know,
Personality.
Yeah, I'm real like crazy, but I'm not
trash,
gonna know that.
but
Yeah,
it's
it's
none of that
trash.
goddamn business.
It's definitely shallow. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, what should I do about my life, bitch? I'm fucking up.
All right, now that we done our mental health check-in, we're gonna start with this, and I asked this question in the shop, right?
No.
All right, now we're moving on. So a clip went viral of what's my man name that's dealing with all the controversy? Oh, Shannon Sharp.
Okay.
He was having a interview with Ali Sadiq. Shout out to Ali Sadiq. I think he's a phenomenal comedian who talks about his experiences, trapping and going to jail back in the early 90s, throughout the 80s into the 90s.
Okay.
So they got on the subject of Tupac, and Ali was saying how he pretty much didn't see Tupac as a thug. He was like, when I met him, he was with Digital Underground. By the time I go to jail, he's Tupac. And there was a lot of controversy behind what Ali was saying about him not being a thug, which I agree with. I don't think Pac's a thug. I think Pac is loyal to a cause. I think he's a loyal friend and he will ride for you. Because I think people get confused with the two, meaning like, there's people that do thug shit, and then there's people that's just like, they just solid individuals. I think Pac was just a solid individual. So my question to y'all is, do you think as time has progressed that we confuse someone who's solid with somebody that's a street nigga in a sense? And I hate to use the term street nigga, but like a thug in a way, like, cause I'm like, Pac's not a thug. Like, he never gave me, I never saw him as a thug. I mean, looking back on his history, I'm like, he was just a solid
thug ass shit.
But can you say, I mean,
so let's say this, right?
Okay.
Let's say the individuals that he hung out with and built friendships were more the ruthless thug aspect, right?
Which was the case.
And
go ahead, I'm listening.
And it depends on how your definition of a thug. Thug is somebody who don't give a fuck and break the law, in and out of jail, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. Shoot gun charges, and that's my definition of a thug. Not saying that Pac never went to court. We all know that he did.
Yeah,
he been shot. So does that put him? That's a thug quality.
He was only shot because he was getting robbed for his.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Only shooting and getting shot 5 times.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to minimize that, but I don't know if he was an everyday kind of guy with that scenario. I mean, I don't know. No, he was affiliated with, Suge. The ironic part was Suge wasn't a gangbanger either. A lot of people, like, I watch a lot of, I'm not going to mention the man's name, but he kind of does what we're doing. He sits behind the camera and interviews people. But he interviewed someone that was in Suge's entourage, and he made a point to tell him, like, Suge was never a member. He just lived in the neighborhood. He never really got down. He had a 2-parent home, went to college, played football. But it was like once he kind of got the money, that's when he started creating this persona of the individual that,
true.
I didn't know that.
You didn't?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
He got a documentary. I think it was on Showtime.
It's on Showtime. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was never a gang member. He was just affiliated.
I never knew that.
Back to the Pac situation.
Okay.
I think the two scariest people, the two people I don't want around me ever in life, is one that has nothing to lose. We can put that as a thug.
Okay.
And the second one is somebody that has something to prove.
Damn, that's fire.
Pac was somebody that had something to prove. In a sense. Prove what I'm thug, I'm the greatest rapper, I ride for my niggas, so forth and so forth. Nah, bro, I'm good on that. Like,
in my mind, I'm kind of saying, but I don't think you're 100% wrong. But I think because he comes from that Black Panther situation with his mom, that kind of led him to think a certain way.
Okay.
Which to me, I said he was just more so loyal to a cause. I don't think. I mean, but that you're not wrong.
No.
Saying. But in my mind, I just see it being loyal to a cause.
His thought was like militant, but like the other thought of him, and you can hear him say these in countless interviews, was I never thought that a black person would harm me because of the way that he grew up, because of that Black Panther
situation,
like
upbringing. Yeah, background upbringing. Right.
He was like, yo, I never thought a black person would harm me because of like his upbringing. So now it's like, oh, now it's switched. Like niggas after me and shit. And niggas shot me. Niggas set me up. All of that shit. And it's like, oh, all right, bet. It's like now I'm gonna prove this shit to y'all. Like fuck y'all.
I got it.
I stayed in character. You broke character.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But it's just that.
I'm drinking
bro, like,
still,
just,
my fault.
I don't know, man. Like I still think Pac is one of the greatest people that ever walked this earth.
I do too. I don't think he was needed for that era of time. But I just think sometimes we confuse certain things with certain things. Like for instance, like.
All right, let me answer this.
Go ahead.
I said Pac was somebody that had something to prove versus like this thug ass nigga.
Right.
Your thug ass nigga don't roll with you on a situation. Now what is it? Like this nigga, he left you out to dry, but this nigga Pac, he don't go every motherfucking time.
Yeah. I mean, that's
like I'm not about to diminish his
legacy.
Oh no, like his thug attributes. Like everybody want to say, oh, he wasn't this and that. That nigga was on go every motherfucking time.
Yeah, but that's not a thug to me.
What's a thug? Like a nigga that like don't got shit. Like
no,
anything that you say that is a thug. He will have that quality.
No, I don't think he was a person that didn't care how he affected his community, just was out there for self. I don't think he was that kind of individual. Most people, in my mind, that are thugs, they prey on the weak. They do shit that's not really progressive.
That's a low life.
But that's what I think a thug is. I think that's like for instance, I can recall a time where my health teacher. And shout out to my pops again. She said all drug dealers are bad people. And I was like,
true.
Exactly. I'm like, my dad's not a bad person. He may have did what he did as far as to survive, but he wasn't. I don't think he was a bad individual. I think he just circumstances just he did what he had to do given his circumstances.
We all fall victim of being a product of our environment.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. I don't think he's
some
a
way,
bad,
shape, or form.
Yeah, I don't think he's a bad person. I just think
And that's what Pac. You felt a product of his environment. You're around that shit every day. You go into the motherfucking studio. Have you ever seen those studio clips?
Yeah, absolutely.
It'd be like 100 niggas in there, and I'd be like, damn, nigga, y'all
guns, weed.
I was like, y'all 19? Like,
right.
Oh shit. Niggas look old as shit in the motherfucking videos, and then 1920 to like 23. It was like, bro, like you around that shit all fucking day, and like that shit was the culture that they breeded, or Death Row.
I mean, but we all sort of come from these areas, and we didn't turn out too bad. I mean, some of us chose certain routes, but
because there was a disruptor in there that didn't allow you to keep going. That's the difference between you and somebody in jail.
Like, do you think the hustler and the killer are one and the same?
I mean, they're synonymous with each other, but I don't think they're one and the same. Like, one is a killer and one is a hustler. I don't feel as though that you have to be. I don't feel as though that you have to be. I don't feel as though that you, if you're a hustler, you have to be a killer. They do kind of go hand in. They do kind of go hand in hand. At some point in time, you have to be willing to bust that gun, but I don't think that they have to coexist.
All right, so let me
hold on. Let me ask this question.
Go ahead,
I want to stay on this, but I'm gonna change it because it's a little dark. Who's right? Who's wrong? Right? Like think of it like that. Like,
Okay.
Batman or Joker? Batman was doing vigilante work to save people. He was still breaking the law. He was still doing wrong.
Yes.
The Joker was doing vigilante work, trying to show that everybody has that darkness in them and trying to bring it out. And he was robbing banks or whatever, robbing the thugs in the community. I mean, it's like good versus evil, right? In a story like that. I'm going with that hustler shit. So it's like, who's wrong in that?
I get it.
You get what I'm saying? Like, who's wrong in that? Like,
dang.
It's however you look at it, bro. It's all perspective.
Yeah, because the hustler is killing people slowly. That's the difference.
Hold on, are we saying hustler in terms of like, it can be any hustler.
I'm sorry, the hustler that's in the pharmaceutical business is killing the community slowly versus the killer who's just...
You like that, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
that was fire. That was fire. That was fire. It got me thinking.
So this is my question.
But what? Okay, back to Pop. What he say? Hey, I made a G today, but you made it in a sleazy way.
Mm-hmm.
I had to get paid. Well,
I mean, yeah, because bills don't stop, life don't stop.
My nigga, like, it's all perspective, bro. It's all on how you look at this shit. Like,
Yeah.
That hustler ain't doing shit but trying to change his outcome, feed his family or himself, and fucking do something good in his eyes.
Yeah, and not live essentially, check to check like a lot of us live out.
You trying to create your dream. Live out your dream.
Yeah.
Like,
and
how can you fuck that?
This is my question to you, Kiyon, because I know you had a history at one point in time.
Damn. Nigga singling me out.
No, because I want to.
fucking with you.
I just want. Yeah, no. I want to understand your perspective when you was out there doing your thing. Like, was there ever? Like, I've never seen you mad, and I always in my mind wonder what that looked like for you.
I seen it. You gotta go to the club. Somebody like grab his sister, you get real mad.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that. Yeah, I wasn't there. That's the night I went home. But I always wondered, like, what kind of individual was you when you was out there?
Bro, I've always been the same person, bro, until you give me a reason, until you cross me, bro. Like, I'm not an angry person.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have a bad temper? Of course I do. I'm gonna say most people, not all people have a bad temper. Some people are very passive. I'm not. I'm big on my respect. Like, and it may come across to you as, oh, I'm causing trouble. It's like, no, he disrespected me. I could let it go, but I don't want to at all, because I feel as though, like, as a man, just as men, I'm not even talking about women, as a man, I shouldn't have to tell you, hey, I don't like that. Your daddy should have taught you that. Mm-hmm. And I'm not willing to verbally explain that to you.
Right.
It's my hands and whatever else I got, feet, whatever else I got to use to show you that I didn't like that, right?
Right.
I've always had a good rapport with people, and it's because I play fair. Like, I try, at least I try to. Let me say that. Everybody's not going to agree to my level of playing fair, but I try to play fair with everybody. I don't want nobody to hate me, but I also don't give a fuck if you do or if you don't. I truly don't. It doesn't matter to me.
You said something, and I think that is the problem with the streets, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
It's and Tony, you can speak to this because you see it daily.
Do I?
And it's what Kiyon just said. I don't want to use the words. I'm gonna use everything but words.
Right.
And that's the problem. Like, nobody wants to take time to say, hey, yo, this is what I don't like. Don't do this again. Okay, now if you become a repeat offender, okay, now we can take it somewhere, my bad. Now we can take it somewhere where, like, we can address it. But it's always off after the first instant. Like, and then it's that whole mentality, oh, I ain't gonna be no punk, this, that, and the third.
I think, you know what I think though, Jeff? Like, there are people that are probably more level-headed than I am at times, right? And I'm not opposed to you saying, bro, let that shit go. Mm-hmm. I'll listen to you within reason, right?
Yeah.
But I also will tell you, well, Jeff, this is why I'm acting like this. And then you may have a rebuttal like, bro, it's not worth it.
We had that conversation at the bar.
Right. You know what I mean? Like, but for me, if I was by myself and I ain't had nobody to talk me off the ledge or whatever, I probably it would have went left.
Right.
Because, and that's something that I probably need to work on, right? Mm-hmm. But I be cool with that shit though. But it doesn't. I'm being honest, bro. I be cool with that shit. Nah, like, yeah, like, bro, like, I am who I am. Like, bro, like, if we all out together and a nigga do something to one of y'all that I don't like, and I know it was wrong, I'm not gonna wait for you to react.
That's my thing. Like, I'm that person.
See, but hold on, not to cut you off, but in the same sense, I respect what you do for a living. We all have children, you know, at the end of the day. So I'm going to do my best to not involve y'all. I don't want y'all to be a part of this ignorant shit that I'm about to do.
Right.
I can't lose my job.
Right.
You know what I mean? Only way I can lose my job is if I go away.
So like, for me, I guess my trigger would be like for me, my switch is like when you fuck with family, because I'm the type of person that will be patient, and then once I'm there, it's like we here.
See, but I've noticed that, and it's that. And I've never thought it to be true, right? That like that Napoleon complex shit. Oh, I got it.
Oh yeah.
I know I got it. Like taller, bigger guys, they be like, whatever. I'm like, nope, 10. It was here, 10. Let's do this shit.
Yeah, I'm the type of person like I don't. When it comes to family and people I genuinely fuck with, like when you called me that night, that next day about the situation,
right?
I was like, I'm glad I wasn't there, because for me, it's like, oh, you violated. So now we gotta take this we gotta take this somewhere else.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Is that there is no conversation, because you could have not done what you've done. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you should have known better.
Yeah, like it's like people be knowing, and I feel as though that you've gotten away with it so many times that you feel as though that you can do that shit to anybody. But you won't like bro, I'm not the biggest, the baddest person in America, right? I'm gonna come across that motherfucker that when I try him, he gonna try even harder and whoop my ass, or do whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I realize that, but it doesn't deter me.
I ain't gonna hold you.
It doesn't deter
I think Jeff probably the most dangerous out of all of us.
Bro, you just got. Go ahead, finish your thought.
Oh, because you know how to talk too much. You good with your words, so I can see like somebody fucking with you, and you like, you know how a nigga like.
Jeff, I believe that you're one of those people that when you go crazy, nigga,
yeah, it's
what
like,
the fuck?
Yeah, it's like
What is this?
Like if I
Why is he acting like that?
Yeah, like if you call me, it's like, yo, Jeff, this is crazy. I'm like, yeah, I kind of figured that.
I saw it coming.
Yeah, like it's like
motherfucker smiles too much.
Right. I be like, yo, how many times this nigga told yo to stop? Like,
it's like 7. I counted, and that's the motherfucking mouth was on the curb and he kicked him in the back of the head. I don't know.
Curb stomping is crazy.
But I feel as though that's where you'll go.
Yeah, because I'm kind of the same way. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like when I be at work, motherfuckers keep trying. Yo, go ahead.
So it's like, I love confrontation. I love so again, like I'm an extremist, right? So it's like, it's either I'm over here, I don't give a fuck, or it's like, oh, we all the way here.
I'm here.
And it's like no middle, right?
Hey, good morning. And good night.
But it's like, I do my best to stay over here, so like I try my best to like, how can I say it? Not give a fuck about the situation. So I am going to try to stay as calm as I can as possible. But the thing is, like, it just keeps mounting. Like, you gonna keep poking me, you gonna keep poking the bear and shit. And then it's like, oh, so why did Jeff take it there? It's like, my nigga, you know, did.
Yeah, I tried.
Like, and I ignored this shit. But like, that's what every fucking thing. So
that's fair.
I stay away from those situations.
That's fair.
All right, y'all. We'll be right back, man. Give us a brief moment. All right, y'all. We back. Had to take a brief break. Hey, Tony, what we got next? What we talking about?
So I know y'all seen the clips of Druski when Druski came to Baltimore.
I did.
He finally put those.
Shouts out to Druski.
Yeah.
Yeah, shouts out.
Shine a light on the city.
Yeah.
It got shut down prematurely though.
Yeah, because
we live in Baltimore.
That's exactly why.
Where was they shooting at?
Somewhere down.
Somewhere like Charles Street or somewhere around that area, I think. But niggas was acting their ass.
They was being
niggas.
Baltimoreans.
Yeah.
I don't even like. Okay, I'll give you that part.
Yeah.
But it's like also the comedic space. People don't know how to separate the art from the artist.
So that was my question last night from when I watched it, because, you know, where we come from, especially some of those people who come from more poor areas, this opportunity to perform in front of Druski, I don't know if they think it's about to be life-changing. So the one question I kept asking was, do they think these contracts are real? do they know going into this that these are not real contracts? This is all generally for content. Because the one thing I did notice was the people that would come up there, he wasn't like he would have their name, but it's like no information as far as their Instagrams, how to get in contact with these people. You get what I'm saying? And then he would just tell people, "Yeah, come on and sign this." And then I'm thinking like, do these people think they really signing something?
I would pray not.
Yeah, I would pray not. But I don't know.
But if you're that stupid, then that's on you.
I mean, because he does use some of them people in some of the things that he used,
like the Gotta Be Records and the Gotta Be Love. Could have been Records, could have been Love. But I would love to think that you have enough common sense to not think that you gonna have your 5 minutes of fame as far as like locally and not locally because
locally you was absolutely right.
Yeah, okay. So,
no, it ain't. Druski,
you don't think so?
Oh, because Druski shit, he gets.
I mean, as far as Druski, yes, but
but as far as like making it somewhere, no, because people get up there and make a fucking fool of themselves.
Okay, so what Druski is doing, he has now made the modern American Idol.
In a comedic way, yes.
Like that's all it is. He is American Idol right now. You come in there, you perform, do what you want, get your 15 seconds of fame, and it may propel you to something else.
That shit at best might get you some ass.
What's wrong with that?
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I'm just saying at best.
But I'm saying like that, and then now he's doing what like the Flavor of Love, the Love of Ray J type stuff with Could Have Been Love or something. Those episodes.
Did you find those comedic back then though?
What's that?
Like those reality shows as far as
pants on the ground. Looking like a fool with the pants on the ground.
I definitely didn't take what's my man name? Flavor of Love. That shit. I was like, it's no possible way these.
Okay, but you remember Hoops?
I remember a few of them.
Yep, and Bridget.
Hoops, Bridget, New York.
New York.
Which I don't understand why people thought she was ugly. I didn't think she was ugly.
She's not bad looking, but she's not hard on the eyes, but she ain't. And I'm just saying she's not hard on the eyes. She's not that appealing to me. Yeah. She's not bad looking though. Not my bag, but you know what I mean? She's not bad. I like fine shit.
To bring that all together, Druski has put all that shit in
a YouTube platform kind of way, yes.
Under his banner, bro. Like again, shout out to Druski.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. I think the nigga is amazing as far as like how far he's come in a sense. Pause. I just don't know if people realize that this is a joke.
Like I said once again, I'll repeat it. I pray so.
Because in my mind, nobody. So to differentiate what you brought up as far as American Idol, the difference is people got real deals out of that. People really changed their lives out of that.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing like when I'm watching it, I'm like, I think some of these people think they really about to change their lives.
Absolutely.
Off of this.
Those are the people that are going. Not to diminish the people that are going.
Right.
But it can be an opportunity to change your life.
They could be.
Okay, he's giving you the platform. Now you
gotta expand them. Yeah. Now you gotta.
And that's what it. Oh, I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead.
So that's what it is these days in terms of like marketing, social media.
Yes, you have to expand yourself.
You gotta socials.
You gotta do your own fucking marketing. And in terms of like, if we can like pivot a little bit, in terms of business, bro, you gotta do your own fucking marketing these days.
Yes.
You gotta be the one that blow this shit up. You gotta be the one that get everybody involved. Ain't nobody coming until you pause, until you get your shit where you need it to be.
Cause like just to add to your point, like I seen a clip of this one kid I follow who's really into rap, and he was telling like people like, listen, the nigga who ain't got no talent is beating you because he's
working.
He's posting every day. And I hate, like today I met this young lady out. I went for a jog out Montebello, and she had some juices and some juices that she made like from fruit.
You juicing that?
No, I mean I wanted to support.
Steroids.
Yeah. Oh, he did.
So she and the juice was really good. I'm not gonna hold you, but I'm like, yo, what's your Instagram? She like, oh, I really don't promote like that. I'm like, then how you ever expect to get yourself out
She's
there.
in Montebello Park.
But I'm saying, like, if
she
you
feels as though that's good enough. She probably posts up in different areas, but it's not good enough. I understand where he's going off.
Because I'm like, you don't have no post about you coming here, being here. You know what I'm saying? So how would people know how to find you? I think what she, you know, the product that she had was, you know, worth it and it was good. I mean, she definitely put herself in a great spot because, you know, people come out there to work out, run. People gonna want something to, you know, refuel on after they done their workouts. But I'm just like, you should have told people you was out here.
All right, so she got two things. So it's like, what is it? The 4 P's: price, product, placement, promotion.
Right.
So she got product, she got price, she got placement, she got product, the juice. She got price. How much was it?
$10.
$10. That's affordable. And she has placement. She know to be at Montebello Park. The only thing she missing
is
promotion. But right, but like that shit ain't easy to step out of yourself to broadcast yourself.
Absolutely.
Right? Because it's the fear of what people are going to think of me. Like that shit is hard to like break through.
Yeah.
And so it's like, oh, if I'm now opening myself to exposure, and it's like Kiyon to be over here like, who the fuck he think he is selling these motherfucking juices?
Yeah, that's the thought process. No, that's the thought process.
And that shit keeps everybody from fucking promoting.
It keeps them.
It keeps everybody from.
Well, yeah, because it's almost like, and Jeff, you're absolutely right, because I remember when, before I started partying, it was like trying to give like these inspirational content, and I was just like, niggas not gonna want to hear what I gotta say. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kept beating myself up about it because I'm like, who am I to tell somebody how to get their life together when my own life is not essentially where I want to be?
Yeah, but that's also a tool in itself, because I can tell you what not to do.
Absolutely, because if a crackhead tell me not to do crack, I'm not going to do crack. I hate when people get online and be like, oh, I'm not about to take advice from this person, because that's my very argument. I'm like, so if a crackhead tell you not to do crack, you ain't going to listen to crackhead?
Fair. When the alcoholic tell you not to be an alcoholic, you're not going to listen to him. Look at his life. It's fucked up.
Yeah. Okay, Jeff, you got a rebuttal?
Cause I used to think the same shit. So like growing up, you know, when you like get in trouble and shit, they want to take you on those fucking scared straight tours.
Yeah, they one of those that didn't work.
And I was like, so my mom was about to sign me up, and I was like, for what, bro? I'm not about to take advice from nobody in jail, cause they ain't take no fucking advice. So
they don't listen to nobody.
What the fuck?
You're in jail.
That might be the wrong way to think, and it's like, I'm not going to take advice from a crackhead, because obviously this motherfucker is a crackhead and still doing it. And shit like
currently.
But at the same time, it's like, hey, youngster, don't do no crack, because look with me. You know what? You right, old
You right.
You have 17 in your head.
Yeah, I'm
you
good.
right.
Yeah, I'm never going to try no crack.
You stuck in your ways. But it's like, when do you realize that? When do you realize that advice is good advice?
And hopefully not before it's too late. You know what I mean? But people, I feel as though that people have a tendency like, yeah, he smoked crack. That he let that shit affect me. I'm gonna smoke crack, but I'm gonna do it the right way.
It ain't gonna affect me.
I'm only gonna smoke crack on Mondays and Wednesdays.
Right. You know what I'm saying? This nigga smoke crack every day. I'm not gonna do it every day. I'm a weekend warrior. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you had some people like that.
Like, come on, bro. Like, crackhead is a crackhead. You smoke crack, you're a crackhead. I don't care if you did it once. In my head, you're a crackhead now.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what you tell me. Yep. Who's that? Nah, bro. Leave him alone. He's a crackhead.
And I was gonna say, the one thing I did appreciate about Druski though, because you've seen the clip with the young boys. You know, he did tell him like, yo,
stay out the streets.
He broke character.
He broke character. He's like, yeah, stay in the streets.
Yeah.
What's your name? Murder.
Stand over top, bro.
Yeah, stand over top.
And then he was like, nah, he was like,
come on,
no,
bro.
His name was Killer, and he was like, what's your name? Murder.
He was like, Lester.
That's murder.
He's like, that's murder. And then he said, what's your name?
Lester.
He's like, so Killer, Murder. Lester. All right, big bro.
I just got to a point, because I think David Banner said this, you know, he's like, bro, it's hard to give advice, because the person ain't going to accept it. Like, I'm trying to give you, like, good advice, but, like, it's going to fall over you because you're not in a place to receive it.
Right.
So I don't want to waste.
But not even just that. I also think kids just don't understand the concept of time. And I don't know if that's because
I won't say kids. Everybody. No one understands the concept of time.
You got a point. That's valid. But especially kids, in my opinion, because to me as a teenager, a year felt like forever. Right. So it's like in the moment that they doing shit, they probably feel like, oh, I'm getting away. This shit probably never gonna catch up to me, type shit. But eventually, it always does. Because I ain't gonna hold you, right? I'm in my creative bag right now, and
right.
I went and got me a gimbal. I'm gonna start shooting some shit. We doing street interviews. Kiyon's doing them. I'm shooting them, but you doing them.
I ain't doing nothing.
Cause he got that personality. I mean, Jeff, you more than welcome to do it, cause you also have personality.
That's what's up. I need to do it my damn self.
But I had an idea to do and I was going to shoot this idea to your brother. Shout out to Illa. I wanted to do a music video where Ella was pretty much speaking to the stages of crime, in a sense.
I know I can.
And then each
what I wanna be what I wanna be. If I work hard at it.
And then I was gonna have it split between different eras, like the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and now.
So you wanted to write something.
Right.
Okay.
But it's always the same outcome. No matter which.
I get what you're saying. That's a dope ass concept.
Yeah, it's like no matter what era.
Run that past him. Not run it past him. Make him do it.
And I came up with it the other day because this kid was in court, and he had never had a record. And in my mind, and both his parents there, they owned a business. The parents owned, he came from a good home. And in my mind, I said, congratulations, you're a felon now. In my mind, that's what I said. I said, congratulations, you're a fucking felon now.
No, that ain't. It's like, damn, bro. Listen, the first thought should have been, damn, bro, where was the switch what made this happen? Where was the disconnect?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. I guess in my mind, it was just I was saying it, what's the word I'm looking for?
It just being
condescending in a way. Yeah. That's how I was saying it. But it's no, this is what you guys gotta, you kids need to know. It's no matter what decade, era, it's always the same outcome.
Yeah, 100%.
Nah, it's always the same outcome, but it's what I said when we were having the conversation in the beginning. It was where is that disconnect in life that push you on this path, right?
I think
no. What's the disruptor? Because
to me,
no.
Oh. I can answer that.
For those kids, right? We now speaking back to the Druski kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they 13 to 14. Let's say 13 to 15.
That's it,
right? This ain't their end result. Only if they stay in this lane, then that's their end result.
Mm-hmm.
But then what would be the disruptor in their life, right? It could be passing, one of their homies get killed, or it could be a fucking social studies teacher. It can be something. It can be a coach.
Oh shit!
This nigga got a 6-pack.
Another one.
But it's god damn, bro. Nigga open that shit like a Pepsi. And you encouraging that shit. Y'all drinking?
Who? Me? You, nigga?
Drinking these shits like Mike Harlem and nigga.
It's sad because.
Alright, let's get back on subject. But go ahead.
But it's what's the disruptor, bro? I mean, what's the thing that disrupts the
I would love to know.
Nah, nigga, you about to ask for one. You tripping.
No. It's really good, by the way. I'm not.
Okay.
I don't taste the steel.
Hey, look. Pause.
Don't taste the steel?
Okay, yeah. Let's get back on subject. Let's get back on subject.
Don't do crack. Listen to the crack. I am not drinking that.
I think
the fuck out of here. But it's bro, that's not their end result unless they stay on this path of what they're going to. So it's something comes along to disrupts that shit. I speaking from my example, right? And speaking from my perspective,
right?
Me and my homeboy, super. This nigga put the pinky up, bro. This nigga is wild. So me and my homeboy super close.
Right.
If you saw
his name super close.
Nah.
Oh.
I ain't gonna say that. But me and him was was super close, and it's like if you saw him, you saw me. You
Two
knew-
peas in a pod.
You knew
Right.
you
It's
was
my
in the
man.
club at the time, right?
You was in the gang?
No, just it was neighborhood. You know, like
Neighborhood crip?
no,
Oh.
it was just neighborhood. But we going through like our shit, like get arrested, back and forth, shit of that nature. He didn't get kicked out of school and got to go to the alternative school, right? I'm still, you know, going to the public school route. I then end up getting kicked out of school, and the thing that saved me and not going into the alternative school was my mom was like, yo, you not going. We going to like private school while we got to sit this year out in school or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So then that was our disconnect in terms of our relationship, because now we not going to the same school, we not seeing each other.
The influence is gone.
Not so much the
Not so
influence,
much the influence, but
but
it's like-
his mother made a disruptor for Jeff, and she put him in private school versus
Going to-
accepting the fact that I have a bad child and I'm just gonna let
Put
him
him
go to
into the
alternative
school.
school.
Gotcha.
It's gonna be a
Because
natural
maybe you
growth.
just need a different environment.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what
what a lot
I'm
of
saying? Like,
people
so
do, you know?
I would never say, okay, you're being bad, I'm gonna let them send you to alternative school. Nah, I know a bunch of people that graduate
happens.
from there.
Like, let's fast forward the story now, right?
Right.
My boy's serving 125 years. He ain't coming home.
No times.
I mean, he's still DM like, yo, bro, I'm coming home or whatever. Like, okay, bro, keep that shit. That's gonna get you through the day. Keep that shit. Nigga, DM me anytime you want to talk. Right? But it's like that's like the disruptor. So like these kids is like, yo, what's going to like be this disruptor in their life? So like they ain't doing that shit. And maybe it could have been that the Druski shit. Druski was trying to talk, but once he found out it's falling on deaf ears, bro, I can't waste my talking.
Yeah, get him the fuck out.
Yeah.
Man, like he broke character to say, come on, y'all. Like, y'all know, like, hey, yo, these is babies, these is kids. Like,
Yeah. Because we come from an era where a lot of us wasn't on that type of time. It was not saying we
are
didn't
you
have
saying era or area?
era. I think in our time, they were like, we had bad kids, but it was like that was them. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like as far as like a wide range of it. Like I asked a young lady that works down juvenile, I said, what era of children do you think are the most disrespectful that you've ever seen? Like, and she was like, now. She was like, the way they come through here, and she wasn't lying. Like, it was one kid that I remember, and I'm not gonna say no names, but he had been there 30 times.
Damn.
30 times.
Yeah, bro, like, but with that, but him being there 30 times, what is that, bro? Like, that's a scream for attention.
I mean, absolutely.
That ain't nothing else. Like, you probably come from a broken, like,
You know, he absolutely
I'm sorry to generalize, but you probably come from a broken home. Your education ain't the fucking highest. You in a poverty-stricken neighborhood. What is it? The broken glass theory. Like, put all that shit into perspective, bro. Like, this is a fucking kid crying for help.
I mean, so
Bro, you end up in a juvenile system 30 fucking times,
yes,
bro.
no, absolutely.
Bro, like,
Yeah.
that's a cry for help,
Yes,
bro.
I completely agree with you too.
Now, how that help looks like, bro, it's like.
But
start
what
off
do you
with a
say?
fucking
Okay, so
hug.
what about the
Right.
kids that do come from good homes?
And that's what I asked, like, yo, what's that, the disconnect and the break? So when you talked about you with the first kid that you were speaking of, you was like, congratulations, you're a fucking fella. And I was like, nah, that's not, the question should have been, yo, what was it?
That had you go that way.
Yeah, so was it, pops ain't tell you I love you, moms ain't tell you I love you, they both working or something, and now your influence comes from outside.
Yeah.
Now is it the TV, now is it the video game, like all that shit play a part in it.
Let me ask y'all this. Growing up,
Whatever it may be.
how did y'all know certain things wasn't real? Like for me, like I tell you all the time, I really stuck to my father's word. So when he told me these artists wasn't doing half the shit that they were saying they was doing,
Right.
I believe. And then obviously as I got older, it did make sense. Like you wouldn't be out here killing nobody.
Yeah,
You wouldn't be
I
out
don't-
here moving thousands.
I don't think I figured that shit out until I was like 20 something.
For real?
Absolutely. And I started to do my own research, and then all these niggas come from good education. Yeah, I know my argument.
Yeah.
All these niggas come from good education, the best fucking schools. They all went to college. Did they drop out or finish? Okay. And then were they already bloodline to people already in music? Like was it like their family did it and that shit was just passed down, or like when they got into the industry, they already had family in there like passing that shit down. Like let's not forget like Snoop, that nigga related. Who's his first cousin? Go ahead.
Shit.
Brandy.
Yeah. No. Ray J.
That was his first.
Yeah, Brandy and Ray J. Yeah.
They brothers and sisters.
Yeah,
like that's like his first cousin. So like boom. Then what's the wrestler that's related to them? Like the female.
The female chick, I know she related to Snoop. She like Snoop niece or something.
Like that. And it's like
I forget her name.
But I've heard her story. Like like we didn't know you go to a cookout, but it's like I get to see that, bro. You can't be what you can't see. And like some of these kids, bro, like what is your role model?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
what about you, Key? Like, was you able to separate?
It took me a while. Like
the entertainment from the reality.
I like I tell you all the time. Like I grew up in a barbershop, but outside of playing sports, my after school program, if it wasn't the Boys and Girls Club, I was at the barbershop.
You was at the Boys and Girls Club?
Yeah, that was I get out of school.
I never knew nobody ever did it. That's
when I get out of school, I go to the Boys and Girls Club. My parents come pick me up by like 7 or 8. I be there, after school, do my homework. That's where I learned how to swim and all the other shit. But besides that, I would go the days that my dad would be like, yeah, you could just come to the shop versus going there. I was around the killers, drug dealers, and so on and so forth. So I saw that at an early age. So my grasp on reality was at a young age. Like I said all the time, I had young parents.
Right.
So I witnessed it with them. You know what I mean? Like whatever they saw, I saw too. So I always knew what was what and what wasn't.
Right.
All at the same time. Like. And if I chose to do X, Y, and Z, I already knew the outcome of it. I just thought that I was smarter than the average bear, and I'm gonna try it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, so my disconnect from reality and real life has always been the same. Oh, I know this shit is fake. I'd have met real drug dealers.
My shit was different in that. I get what you're saying, right? So it was like, yeah, like nigga, we live next door to the killer. Like what part of it? Like we used to live next door to the killer, the rapists, and all of that shit. Nigga, we the ones in the hood that need the protection. So it was like, but when I listened to music, I was like, oh shit, I'm seeing it. I would be oblivious to it, right? I'd be like, oh, I'm seeing this shit every day. Y'all niggas talking, I'm seeing it. But now it took me a long time to realize that these niggas are just writing in the diary of their life and just telling us what they see,
right?
Or a story.
From shit called Project Window by Nas.
Yeah. And then then you start to like peel it back. It's like, bro, these niggas writing poetry. Them was the niggas we picked on in school. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, oh, now I'm seeing it for the art. Now I'm seeing it for what it is. So it took me a while to like really learn how to separate.
Yeah, it's like that,
art.
like
because the way that you're writing, the way that you're saying. And then how we listen to it on top of the beats that we're listening to it, the drum patterns that we're listening to it. You start to psych your mind out like, oh, okay, it's go time every time we go.
Yeah, because
let's do you know what I'm saying?
I can't remember what artist said it, but they said when they went to go work with Future, and he wasn't doing none of this shit.
Yeah, but he said that in the interview too. Like, I don't even do half the drugs that I say that I do. It sounds good.
It was in his documentary. He was like, but I make you think that I do it.
Yeah. And a lot of people was so upset about that.
I think Nicki Minaj.
It was Nicki Minaj. Yeah. And a lot of people was really genuinely upset about that.
Okay, so back to it. Who was his fucking uncle? The manager for fucking Outkast, bro.
From the Dungeon family.
From the Dungeon family, bro. Like, so you around that shit all fucking day. And then,
Future, he was actually in the Dungeon family.
You get what I'm saying? And then,
that I knew. I didn't know he was related to him.
And then you can, listen to a Big Gip interview where he oh yeah, he was with us, but the Future y'all kind of know is when he went out and became a Saint Lunatic with Nelly and shit. So then he was under their banner. and then came back and learned how to put that shit together.
Yeah. Which one gonna say he ain't like him at first?
Who?
Who signed him? My man.
You talking about?
Shit.
I know who you talking about. Hold on, I gotta look him up.
His he got the
You don't
going
even know
steady.
it.
Yeah, we going steady.
Yeah.
What's my man name?
Rocco.
Yeah, Rocco.
Rocco the
yeah.
Don.
Rocco didn't like him at first, but he eventually signed him because he said he had one. But yeah, I think like, and I had to remind Adrian, like, you know, my son, like, I be trying to explain to him, like, yo, this shit is not real. Like, there are consequences to these things that these people rap about, that real people go through. And if they were doing half the shit that they were doing, they would be in prison. You get what I'm saying? Because to him, he think it's a real situation. And I'm like, no, that's not how shit really go. They're doing this for, like, I be trying to explain to him, like, you gotta separate entertainment from reality. And I think a lot of people who genuinely like this music may be living that lifestyle, but the actual artist itself, they're not living that.
And like that's what I was saying. How it like became like it took me a while to separate the art from the art.
No, but I can understand
like,
that.
Yo, I'm thinking like I'm oblivious to it, but I'm thinking you doing it, bro. Like
No, absolutely.
I'm out here doing it.
Especially like when 50 came out, because 50, I remember Chris Rock made a joke about it. All you heard was he got shot 9 times. And that shit was real. Like, I remember, like, that's all niggas talked about. He got shot 9 times. 9 times.
Nah, bro. He came out with How to Rob. He came out with Power of a Dollar. He had them mixtapes.
Yeah. But, I mean, my introduction to 50...
G-Unit mixtapes was...
Yeah, my introduction to 50 wasn't until Wangsta. And then
he was late.
Yeah, I was late. And then I went back.
He was already hot.
Yeah.
Quran is one of the best.
Yeah, that's a great song. I love that song.
Good.
But... I'm just saying that's when I discovered 50 is from the video, the Wangsta video.
Be a Gentleman, that's one of my favorite 50 songs. Is I should be a gentleman. When he going at Jay-Z the whole motherfucking time on that Christmas beat, I can't remember like.
Yeah, I remember that. My shit.
You know who else used a Christmas beat that was fire to me? Fucking Nas, Shoot 'Em Up.
Shoot 'em up, just
Shoot 'em up. What? Kill. Murder. You remember that? He did Dashing Through the Snow. He redid that, but put a hard ass beat to man.
One of my other favorite Nas songs when he talks from the perspective of a gun. That's my shit too.
I gave you power. I made you buck. Wow.
That's my
the
shit
abdomen
too.
is the clip. The barrel's my dick. A circumcised book. Man, he smoked that.
Yeah, that shit was fire, bro.
I gave you power. He smoked that joint.
And then he said he was tired. Remember at the end of the song, I'm tired of you. Pretty much the gun said I jammed on you on purpose.
Just to be put in somebody's other hand.
And then somebody picked him up. Yeah.
Yeah, that joint was fire.
That was fire, yeah.
Awesome. A person that didn't live that life.
Alright, y'all, we'll be right back. Alright, y'all. There we go.
Jeff.
Back with the Wiretap, y'all. We were previously discussing
Nas.
Jeff has a very disdain.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I respect his genius.
Okay.
He went to a public school.
So we'll leave it at that. So like,
Nas did not.
Like where we at with it?
No, so I asked Jeff the question off camera.
Oh, Jeff. Okay, there we go. Sorry.
I think y'all should squabble to the death.
Damn.
Crazy, bro.
We can hide the body. I know how to get rid of the
That
body.
man has a child, and I have children.
But your children are older. His son still need him.
You work with a lot of Caucasian people, don't you?
No, actually no. Department is shit. The place I work.
Yeah, fuck that. It's that.
Bring it back.
It's that drink.
It's that
Drink.
my boy.
No, actually no. It's very
Diverse. Who the people in charge?
Well, one is, but as far as the after him is us.
But y'all use the tactics of the Anglo-Saxon.
Where we going with this, Jeff?
I don't know. I'm saying like your behavior right now is very barbaric.
Is he saying? What is he saying?
He said that your actions and your comments.
All right. Okay. All right. We ladies and gentlemen.
I think I said that.
I'm gonna get very serious, like news reporter serious, since Jeff says it.
Kaicho.
What'd you say?
Kylie Chung.
That's racist.
She's a news reporter.
I thought it was Connie.
Connie Chung. Or was it? What?
No, the way you said it though.
You know what? What's the topic that we going?
Yeah, we going on topic. Reese, you can keep all that. But anyway, I asked Jeff off camera, if y'all was to get superpowers, would y'all be heroes or just like be out here?
I'm gonna do my own thing to provide for me and mine.
You not saving nobody?
Be the drug dealer.
Me and
Hey yo, not a super.
I'll be a super drug dealer. Like I'm protecting me and mine. Like my inner circle, like my niggas.
Yeah.
Like we straight. I got it. What? You said your mortgage late. You just got laid off. Say less. I
Would you
got
save people?
Who? I would though. Honestly, like
I think yes.
women and children. I ain't saving no.
I think
Be a man.
it's very
Yeah,
situational.
man up.
It's very situational.
Okay.
Like what's the situation that I am helping or saving?
Like if all right.
Okay, all right. Let me bring it back.
No.
Hold on. So
Of
there
course
was
you
this
can.
show called American Gods that I was really into on Stars.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, what's my guy from Drumline? They actually removed
Nick
him.
Cannon.
No, the other one, the professor,
Oh,
the one that was teaching Nick Cannon.
Orlando
Bloom.
Who's a phenomenal
No,
actor. by the
Orlando
way.
Anderson.
Is it Anderson? No, Orlando Anderson is the crazy nigga.
Oh, then it's Orlando Brown.
All right, yeah.
No, Orlando Brown is the crazy
Then
nigga.
it's Orlando
Then
Anderson.
it's Orlando. I don't fucking
Yeah,
know.
Flood of the Bumblebee.
Sorry, whatever your name is, Orlando.
He is a great actor though.
But he's a phenomenal actor. So he had two controversial scenes on American God. So American Gods was about old gods versus new gods. So when I
It
say
ain't Orlando Anderson was the Tupac nigga.
Okay, so what is his name? Orlando what?
oh yeah, that was the dude that they said allegedly killed Tupac.
No, it's stomped out.
Stomped out, yes.
No, that they stomped out.
Right, yeah.
He was in the car when the shooting.
Yeah, when the shooting happened, yeah.
No, Orlando Brown is the. Fuck.
Orlando Brown is the wild.
Just
nigga.
put up Drumline and cast the Drumline.
Okay, casting drummer. I was gonna say the replacements. I actually seen him do stand up.
Is he funny?
Orlando Jones.
Orlando Jones. Alright, so in the show, Orlando Jones plays African god. So the basis of the show is old gods, like Greek mythology gods, versus new gods. The new gods are people that, so how they survive is through worship, of course. So like the new gods are like god of technology, god of social media, god of television, like they're the newer gods because so many people interact with those things and that's how they were created. But Orlando Anderson is one of the old gods. Orlando Jones, sorry, is one of the old gods and he's an African god, which is really a folktale from Africa. And he has two controversial scenes. The first one was he went on a slave ship and told, like, hey, where you going, it's not going to look good. They're going to whip you. They're going to take your children, essay your women, blah, blah, blah. The second scene was him talking to other black gods saying, why didn't we do anything for our people? Why did we let them suffer? Right? That's what got him kicked off the show, essentially. People, you know how they are. They, just like the other show, what was the shit on HBO? I can't remember the name, but John, what's the dude that played Kang on the series? The one that's with Megan Good. What's his name?
Woody. No.
Woody. Jonathan something.
Wait. On what show?
The shit with Loki. He was played on. He was the villain on Loki's show.
Jonathan Majors.
Jonathan Majors.
Okay.
So,
you said Megan Good, yeah.
No, he's with Megan
I
Good,
drew
yes.
I drew a blank. I'm sorry.
But he played on a show on HBO that got canceled because again that was one of those shows.
Minecraft.
I wanted to say that, but it's not Minecraft.
Not Minecraft.
Something country. I just can't.
Minecraft Country.
I don't think
Or
it was
is it-
Minecraft. I think it was something else. But
Hold on, I
But
gotta
go ahead,
think
keep
so.
on.
Yeah, go ahead.
so essentially that show got canceled because it was speaking on a lot of controversy with Black American history and what Lovecraft country.
Thank you.
And what happened.
You're fast
So-
with your fingers on your phone.
That's why I asked the question, like, if you had superpowers, like, are you...
I'd be a fast texter.
That would be a crazy...
I'll win an argument with a woman every time.
That would be the superpower?
They're smoking some via text. You like, motherfucker, I'm trying to read and text
So
back.
that's why essentially I asked the question because it's like, if if certain black people started getting superpowers,
Send you some more.
do we start doing things to, save other black people or the neighborhood, or do we just not do nothing? Or are we selfish? Like, what happened?
Okay. Put it to like when a person got a gun, and it's just like, yo, you got this power that just come over you. It'd be the same thing if you had a superpower. So like, I know I got this gun on you.
Would you be humble?
No, who is humble with a superpower?
Would you? I know Kiyon wouldn't be humble.
At all. Don't
But
even ask.
there's no, like, you think of any superhero, none of them are humble because they know they
I
have
thought
a
Captain
power.
America was pretty humble.
I don't know. He was like, I didn't watch it.
Okay, Black Panther is pretty humble. I mean, he
He
can
was
fuck you up.
grounded.
Is there a difference? Okay, so now we're going to another topic. Is there a difference between being humble and grounded? Or are they one and the same?
Let's say in this argument that they're not argument, debate, like conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Kiyon, like, what's the definition of humble? Let's look at that.
All right, let's look up.
Not
Ladies and
humble.
gentlemen, we're going to look up the definition of humble. Let's continue the podcast. Humble meaning. Let's see.
Having or showing modest or low estimate of one's own importance,
All right,
of low
definition.
social, administrative, or
I
political.
do that at times, not all the time.
Right.
I'm not very humble.
All right, let me look up the
I'm not
definition.
arrogant. I'm not cocky either.
All right, now
Arrogant at times.
So grounded means well balanced and sensible.
he was well balanced and sensible. He wasn't humble about it. They knew they had the best shit.
Is that one of them? What they call those words?
It's not a homophone. No, homophone is they say.
No, it's not.
Synonym?
Synonym, yes.
It could be. I'm not gonna argue that part. It could be.
Because certain words, they mean the same thing essentially, but
But I'm looking at it from a definition standpoint, right?
I get what you're saying.
Motherfucker ain't showing no low importance to this shit. That's what was that? Humble?
Yeah.
Hey, fuck no. Niggas knew they was the shit. They just didn't want everybody else to know that. They ain't wanting to get that shit to the world. So he was grounded in a sense because he was sensible, not to get this shit out. Humble, no. There's no fucking humble superhero. You know why? Because they know they can beat your ass at any point. They
Superman
know.
was pretty humble. Batman was pretty humble.
That man wasn't fucking humble.
No, when he had to play his Bruce Wayne persona, he wasn't humble. But when it comes to who he actually was, I think he was humble.
He was never fucking humble.
You don't think so? Kiyon, let me ask you this.
What?
When you was getting money, was you humble?
No.
No.
What's the most money you ever made? At one time.
I won't say.
Okay.
Yeah, I just.
Because to somebody else is not gonna be a lot.
Yeah, I mean that, and on top of that,
It's not worth it.
it's not even
Yeah.
worth it to me because guess what? I don't even have it no more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've seen a nice dollar amount, but you know what? Now I appreciate the little or a lot money that I may have now because of the way that I'm getting it, right?
Yeah.
And it hit a little bit different. I got to stretch my dollar a little bit further now versus blowing money. Like if I had the 9 to 5 concept when I was doing what I was doing.
You worked in shifts?
I mean, yeah, but essentially, but yeah,
That's everything.
Yeah.
No. But that's every fucking drug dealer. We make. I'm not singling you out. But look at drug dealers as a whole in its quote unquote profession, right? You know time management. You know when niggas when your rush is going to happen.
Yeah.
you're an accountant.
You're an accountant, you're a security guard,
You're a bookkeeper.
bookkeeper.
Yeah,
You in logistics.
you're a chemist.
You know chemistry.
It depends on which level you fall. 'Cause
Yeah,
you might not be a cook. You might be a hustler.
No.
you're a chemist.
No,
If you
let me say this. You know how to fucking convert pounds to fucking the metric
Yeah, absolutely. It's like that one scene in The Wire when Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah,
sister, yeah,
your favorite scene,
yeah.
right? But it's like
You know what we talking about? He looked confused. she didn't understand the math equation, so she broke it down to a drug terminology, and she got it right. And he was like, "How the fuck you get that?" He was like, "Cause if you come wrong,
get your ass.
It's life or death." Essentially, is what she said. Yeah.
But it's like niggas, a nigga can convert like what's a kilo? 36 O's, right?
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, it's killing. Like, and if I tell you to convert that to pound, what is it? 16 ounces to
16
every pound.
ounces. Yeah, to every.
So with 36.
Look at him.
Look, that's 32.
Nigga, that math would come to me.
So look,
this.
what's that? 2 pounds and what? 4 ounces?
One thing I've always been good at. I even.
But you tell a nigga in school to do that conversion ratio, a nigga struggle.
But I've always been good with math though. That's my strong suit. Like even when I was in school, math was always my strong suit. Reading, I was good at. I suck at spelling, but I know, but my vocabulary is very vast, right? In turn, I
that's not. I was gonna say also negotiating skills.
Negotiate, like you know how to barter.
Yeah.
But so what I'm saying is, bro, like you got all these fucking qualities, right? Like I don't know where we were going, like how we
We
got.
just talking at this point. We just talking at this point.
No.
No.
But like the skills that you get, bro, I'm never gonna say no. I'm never gonna say that's bad. It's just where you are placing that energy.
Yes.
Is bad.
Yeah.
Where you're placing your talents.
There you go. Where you?
Well, yeah, I mean the problem.
Energy can be placed anywhere, but where you placing your talents at?
I think the problem is my fault. I think the problem is
it is your fault.
You don't.
Okay. Go ahead.
You don't see yourself in certain spaces, so that's why you waste your talent.
Yeah, because you know what I think with a lot of people.
It kind of goes back to Jeff's point of exposure.
Yeah, you like I think some people like their self value be real low, so they say this is the best that I can do, so they stay right where they at. Where you, Jeff, or you, Tony, or even myself,
I'm listening.
I don't see myself like, yeah, this is the best that I can do. Every day I strive to do better for me. What hence on last week's conversation with, excelling in life, who you doing it for? Yourself or for the accolades that come from everybody else?
Right.
I do my shit for me.
Right.
Everything I do is for me. It's good that I want my notoriety to come from people like you. When I say like you, I mean people that I know. Like, hey bro, I see you doing your thing.
Notoriety. I say validation.
Validation. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, better word. Hey, Kiyon, I see you. Yeah, blah blah blah. It feels good coming from somebody that know me and knows the backstory. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell you all the time, Jeff. Like. If you've told me certain things about yourself, right? I'd be like, I would have thought that about you. This is because how you carry yourself. And this journey that you're on right now, I know for a fact that you're gonna be that guy wherever I'm at in life. I'm like, yeah, that's my man. You don't know that nigga. Yes, I do.
Let me show you.
I'll call him right now. You know what I'm saying? You gonna be that guy. I'm gonna be that guy.
I can't wait for that moment. I'm looking so forward to
it. Bro, we're gonna be I promise you. Like from what we at, even with this podcast, from what we at right now, when you was popping your shit last week, not saying that I didn't believe, but we gonna be them guys.
Pause. I'm glad I wasn't here to watch you pop your shit. But go ahead.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. So last week I was just saying.
Last week I was popping that shit.
My shit last week.
Last week I was just saying. I said, yo, I feel like we was talking about shit.
No, let's just minimize it. And they said, do you feel as though we the best podcast? That nigga said, yes.
I said yes. We got the best team. We the best fucking podcast. Have we been found yet? No. But I think we a solid motherfucking team. And niggas can't fuck with us. And motherfucker, we coming. Pause. And y'all motherfuckers better watch out because the Wiretap podcast, the Wiretap TV will be on that ass. Pause. But no, ain't no pause. Fuck you niggas. No, not really. We fuck with y'all. I'm not gonna say that. We know we this is just competition talk. But at the end of the day, I think we the shit.
As you should though. One should always be speak highly of themselves.
Yes, because what else are we doing at this point?
Yeah.
But
you should always have self-confidence and believe in yourself.
Absolutely.
Because who else would do it for you?
Yes. My next topic is Smokey Robinson.
What about it?
Do Do you feel? What you say?
Freaky. Something happened with him?
Yeah, so he got a lawsuit against
he got
sexual lawsuit.
Four. Four of his housekeepers have been sexually assaulted and or,
already? Like this
already?
Recent? No, not already. I meant like into
today.
Yes, today.
So it didn't break
and
down.
And it's allegedly been happening throughout the years as well.
Yeah. And then there's four people now that's coming to the forefront to say.
One of them says it's been going on for 15 years.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Hear me out.
No, I don't want to hear what you about to say.
Okay, never mind. You know what? You right. No, you right. You right. Never mind. Thank you. Appreciate that.
He saved you.
Yeah, he did. Because I was about to be the man.
No.
Yep. So anyway, yeah, that's some wild ass shit, and and I'm not being funny. Like I don't believe in nobody taking advantage of, may it be man or female, in any sexual way or being a predator. Like I don't condone that shit.
But where do we draw the line in it? Like it just
you draw the line at that no.
So hold on.
All right. You know where I think it comes from? With like all these situations, bro, it comes from niggas being lame, and then
absolutely,
like lame your whole life.
Yes, absolutely.
Then you get in a position of power, and then it's like now you get all this shit thrown at you, and then like you fucking change to like, oh, I'm the guy, bro. You never been the guy a day in your life.
Yeah.
And now.
But do you think power equates to? All right. So the one thing I've always heard.
Power and money, bro.
I've always heard money just makes you more.
It makes you who you are. It exposes that part of it.
Right. So I agree with you to the point of you was probably always lame to begin with, not Jeff though.
Yeah, but see what the fuck you trying to say? You trying to talk about my niggas like that?
No, I ain't even think that. But go ahead. I knew you were talking about me.
I'm set it off on this nigga.
So what's the fucking procedure? When you got a fucking gun.
So
clip that up.
No, I know what you're talking about. So
I love Jeff.
Bro, one of the best movies ever.
I just feel like
Shut the F, Gary.
like it's you. I mean, I'm trying to really get my words together because you're absolutely right. Like this is like once you get that money, it just exposes who you really were genuinely, depending on what type of person you are. Like when the situation happened with Jay, I already knew that shit was gonna fold because we've never really heard just from Jay's persona, and I could be wrong. I'm not saying he don't have no dirt.
We never heard about it. We didn't hear about a lot of niggas that then it came
right.
out.
I mean, absolutely, but it's just he's so private as a person. Like I remember there was a clip years ago with him and Uncle Luke. Remember, and I don't know if y'all ever seen the clip, but he's at the strip club. Uncle Luke is doing an interview, and you know what Uncle Luke is known for.
Yeah.
And he got two strippers right there, and Jay is really not paying them no mind.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I'm like, clearly this nigga's motivation is not behind just, being able to just fuck who he want, do what he want type shit. Like this man literally has a goal to just be whatever he is, that we know him now to be.
Right.
So when the lawsuit dropped, I'm just like, nah, this don't seem right with him. But what I find interesting is how do we separate this from like this being real situations from like this just seems like a pattern,
bro.
Because it seems like when one lawsuit comes out against a person, another like I was joking with Kiyon earlier. I was like, well, you got any shit with you because we need to know.
No, because if I see it right, it's like somebody took their courage, and now I'm speaking from the victim's side.
Right.
If this shit has been happening to me and it's been swept under the rug, kept a secret, bro. Because I know the backlash that's gonna come from it. I'm not gonna speak out. But if I see one fellow victim speak out, another one speak out, then it's like, okay, now the space is safe enough for me to come out and speak on my tragic experience. Right? You can't knock that,
because it takes bravery to speak up for yourself.
Yeah, so it's
sometimes it takes a village, and I'm not being funny. It takes a village to be able to.
And I gotta see it one, and it goes. And you can't be what you can't see, bro. Like, so if I never seen nobody speak out on it, do I want to be the first? Do I want to be like? We all know what happens to the person that's the first one that like comes out and speaks out on something, right? You get your motherfucking hand slapped. you never motherfucking hear that person again. But then it opens up the door for the people to come after, or whatever the case may be. And so, like, kudos to the victim. If everything is said to be true, kudos to the victim for finding the courage to like speak out.
No, absolutely. I'm not mad at the victim. I think just
I think what we do is we
criticize the timing.
No, I think what we do is we again don't separate the art from the artist. And so when we come out and we speak out on our heroes, it's like, oh no, this could never be. Because this person has made, we say this person has made timely music. But I don't know what the fuck you are on your everyday. You probably are a creep. You know what I'm saying?
Could be.
No, you're absolutely right.
And it's like, I'm not about to stand up for a nigga I don't know.
We all know a few.
We all know a few fucking creeps.
Yeah.
And now you're talking about a creep with money, and you've been having money since forever, bro. Like,
yeah, that nigga been up since like 50s.
Yeah, so it's like, bro, like you've been up, you still up. You ain't gotta. Fuck you mean? You ain't.
Yeah.
You know who the fuck I am? Cause like that shit comes into play. Like, yo, you know who the fuck I am? And then it's like, oh, now you throwing that authority around.
I ain't gonna lie though. I've said this before, and I said this to you. I said, yo, I'm interested in seeing what Kiyon becomes when we start getting this money.
And just comes a better Kiyon.
We'll see.
You know what I'm saying? I got you, my man.
You think he David Ruffin now?
But even in that, you gotta.
I'm gonna cut your hand, but I wanna cut
even with the without money, bro, I'm still the same person. I ain't never been humble. I know you joking, but I ain't never been humble. Like
we never let a hard time humble us.
Yeah, like I am who I am. I've been who I am for a long time, and when I get paper, it's gonna heighten.
Yeah, because we've all been there. Like,
yo, you know, on and off subject, right? I'm just now taking heed to the things that people have been telling me for a long time, like, you know, as far as me being charismatic, as far as me being this, as far as me being that. And now I'm accepting, and I'm like, well, maybe I am. You know what I mean? Like, maybe I really am that nigga. Not in the sense of looks or anything like that, but maybe I am, like, I'm good with people. Like, I can go in any room. By the time we leave, you're like, yeah, who was buddy over there talking to you? Oh, I don't know. But I have that ability. That's like my superpower.
Right.
To blend in, and not blend in, but stand out, but still remain myself.
I had a motherfucker tell me that shit one time.
Yo, you are a likable guy. Tony is too. Tony don't.
Nah, it was. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. No. Go ahead.
I was like, when I was working for this investment company, and we had to take like this personality test. Buddy was like, yo, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, what you talking about? So he was reading back my scores. He was like, bro, like your personality is in all 4 boxes. We've never had anything like that. He was like, bro,
that's a talent, bro.
He was like,
it is a talent.
He was like, bro, you can be a fucking chameleon. Like, depending on who's ever in the room, you can become that and match that fucking personality. He was like, bro, that's unfucking real.
And I pride myself on that shit.
Yeah,
when I like I said, I just started coming in to that pause.
Cool.
Into that realm where, like, yeah, maybe they right. Like my mother, my sisters, you know, coming from them, it's like they family. You love me regardless. But just a bunch of people, like, I'm just one of them people that, like, either you love me or you fucking hate me. But it ain't too many people that hate me. It may, you know, you may say I talk a lot, but now I'm doing something where I can pop my shit and I can talk a lot.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
you should.
Back to popping your shit though.
You know what I mean?
Oh, that's crazy. Go ahead.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
No.
Naughty, mark it a beast, nasty Nate. 6'6". That nigga is nasty Nate for the night.
That boy, never do that shit.
I was just saying the sound effect. That's all it was.
Hey, leave that alone, bro. That shit
It's
ain't
the
fun.
steel, baby. It's spiked pineapple.
Yeah, that be doing the infomercial for these people.
Oh yeah, we gotta beep that. Fuck that.
Not a well-dressed junkie.
Hey, they exist. You know that was a saying back in the day. West Side junkies were fresh and East Side junkies, you know.
I don't know. I got love for both both sides of the city. East and west. You hear me? Like I got.
Yo, tell me why this shit happened the other day, right? Like I'm popping out. You feel what I'm saying? I'm going where I'm going. I'm doing what I'm doing. Hey yo, come on. This Afro American here.
In a lot of places.
You feel me? I'm pulling up. You feel what I'm saying? I can't find a parking spot, so I bust a U-turn in the middle of the street.
Illegal.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. This is Black Maxima, right? So as I'm busting the U-turn, the shit is like I'm turning, but it first it looked like they were parking, and then it hit the middle of the street, like it just pulls up on my car.
Oh, you popped it.
Right? So I stopped, and like the car just like keeps like you feel me doing a motion where it's like pause but jerking in a sense. So I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And you feel me?
Right.
And I was just waiting for somebody to get out that car.
But that was to the superhero point that I was talking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Having a gun is a superhero. A superpower.
Yo, I ain't gonna hold you.
So, okay.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna like ask this question. I forget. I think it was like 8 Ball. I think he was
8 Ball
like,
MJG.
yeah, but like he was saying like, bro, we gods. He's like, we don't do nothing different than God can do. We can take a life, we can create a life, we can be the answer to somebody's prayers. And to that point, you was like, hey, my nigga, like I'm about to pull out this motherfucker, nothing like the superpower shit. That was the shit I was talking about. Like,
Yeah, because like
a superpower when you handling the motherfucking gun, because you know you have the power to do something. So there's no humbleness if you
within
have
that
the power.
moment, yeah.
Nas song I gave you power.
Like, cause he hates Nas.
I don't
Yo,
hate
off subject.
We got a minute 30.
Can I ask you a question?
Why do you hate Nas?
No. Fuck that question. Not fuck that question, but this is my question.
I'm gonna clip this.
That song that I sent you. Did you listen to it? Ro James, Adidas. It's in our text thread, so I see it.
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't listen to it.
It's in my queue. It just hasn't played yet.
Well, we be right back. That's some light skin bullshit.
But it's in the queue.
Alright, y'all, we back with the last and final segment of the Wiretap. We definitely appreciate everybody tapping in.
And if you still listening, shouts out to you.
Yeah, if you are. If you commented,
We actually do have some solid people.
yo, if you comment, yo, we appreciate you. If you're watching, we appreciate you.
If you share this within your inner circle,
We appreciate you.
because as the great Dwayne Michael Carter Jr. says at the beginning and end of his show,
The dedication.
I ain't shit
Without you. And that's a fact, though.
You know what
But
I
we
mean?
really not shit without our viewership. You know what I mean? Without our subscribers and yo, crazy story, right? On a pickle dang. You know what I mean?
Gotta drop on his flexion. Then they move him to the seat.
I'm on.
You know who it be?
Where the fuck am I?
You was on 63rd?
Yeah, I was on 63rd.
No, you shouldn't.
No,
be.
I was on 64th.
Yeah, because we
Won't fuck with 63rd. But look,
I have no affiliation. We singing a song.
Yo, but what's that? On 40, where the Chick-fil-A is at, and you bang that left, like you going back towards security. What's that?
Johnny Cake?
Johnny Cake. I'm at
We're
Johnny.
around that.
Yeah, I'm at Johnny Cake, and I'm at
Security.
Mallett's.
Okay.
I was going inside the liquor store. Me and my brother Ella, right? Nigga walk up to me. He like, yo, you got that podcast, don't you? So I'm like, what?
And
I'm like,
I
yeah.
don't think you know me.
Yeah, you feel me? The nigga like, yo, y'all nigga he was like, yo, y'all niggas podcast is actually kind of cool. He said, y'all represent for the city, blah. And I was like, yo, I really appreciate that, right?
Yeah.
I get in the car and I'm like, nigga, I made it. And that was one person. And then remember I told you about the chick that was in Maria's that day. She walked through. She was like, yeah, you got a podcast. Where's your co-host? I'm like, huh? She's like, yeah. Said Tony name. She's like, yeah, I came to the podcast that night. She was with a friend of a friend.
Okay.
Or whatever the case may be. I like what y'all doing. She was like, I watch when I can. Here I go. Oh yeah, we on all platforms, baby.
There you go, baby.
I was like, Apple Podcast,
Hey, listen.
Spotify. She's like, oh, I can listen at work. She was pumped. I said, we that.
I'm gonna make you niggas famous, B.
We that.
We that.
I just want 30%.
Or what?
Everything.
Damn.
Even the shit y'all venture off in.
Damn.
Jeff get an acting gig, 30%.
Damn.
Kiyon do a commercial, 30%.
What the other say? I already knew I had the fucked up deal. I just needed the platform. I'm not gonna lie, that lives rent free in my head. I
No,
say
absolutely.
that shit all the fucking time.
When you talented, you know eventually it's gonna come back.
It's gonna come. So it's like
and it's only been 2 people that said it to me, right?
but
And
it's 2 more people than
but it's like one of those things where it's like we doing something right.
I know we doing something right.
I mean, I never doubted that,
Yeah.
but it's just showing that we are like. So it's gonna come to a point in time to where I'm still gonna recognize the people that recognize me and so on and so forth. But we really working.
Yeah,
it's all about consistency, and I think
that's the game.
I think with anything, if I'm gonna use a baseball analogy,
Okay,
everybody don't hit a home run in their first time at bat.
not at all.
Bro, you gotta keep getting in that batter's box. You gotta keep swinging. You gotta know what you like, what you don't like.
Because it's gonna be one of them days. I don't know when. I don't know when the day coming, and I don't give a fuck when the day coming.
It's tomorrow.
Right, but I know it's gonna
It's
be one of them
now.
days.
No. It's tomorrow.
It's gonna be the lights is hitting right. The
It's
content is the content is just flowing, and we on this bitch just. It's almost like watching fucking Magic, Bird, and Jordan play on the same team, and it's just like somebody's gonna see
You
that.
think the game still gonna love me, man?
Yeah, somebody gonna
For
see
like
that.
Magic,
Like, yo,
Bird, one of the ball playing niggas.
Right.
Feel me?
somebody gonna see that, and they be like, God damn.
Bro, like,
And I've already get like Courtney just told, like, me and Courtney had a conversation 2 days ago, and she was like, cause she brought you up. She was like, I really like Jeff. He's the balance between you two. And I was like, that's why I brought him on, because me and Kiyon kind of agree too much, but I'm also in the middle, whereas though I get Jeff's point of view and I get Kiyon's point of view. And I said, that's why, we brought you in the fold. And she was like, no, but I was really watching. Y'all really got something.
yeah.
And that's the constant thing I keep hearing.
And I also, shout out to Reese. I like the addition of Reese.
Yo, Reese is
That's why I brought Reese in.
Reese is fucking fire,
Yes.
bro.
he is.
Like, it was, the episode, like, when we was talking about the movies and shit, he just, like, came on and shit, and then I steady been watching,
Yo,
even on the days that I'm not here, his input, then he on the, on the Pro
but this is the thing though.
on the sound.
The night that I came home from North Carolina, me and Leah in the car coming back from North Carolina.
Oh, that was the part me, you, and
Yeah,
Reese did.
it was
Yeah,
just y'all. Yo, watching something that I was a part of was fire. Like, we all create a certain element in this pod that's irreplaceable. I can't replace you. I can't be replaced, let me tell it. Tony can't be replaced. Now Reese, he can't be replaced. Like, it's like,
Well, you found a team.
yo, it's like one of those things.
That's
And
all.
shout out to Leah. Like, Leah held it down with the commentator thing. Like, Leah is
I've actually had
will
people-
and still is an important piece of this podcast.
I've actually had people ask me if she's done radio before.
No, she's never have. She
People
just
like, yo,
she's
she's
just
been
good behind that camera. She's
Yeah.
good on camera because she's eye candy, but she's fire behind the scenes, and her wit is,
Yeah.
That's on point.
you know what I mean? Like, she's very articulate. She's smart.
And I think that's kind of, and this is just a critique, Reese. I'm not trying to down you or nothing. I think that's the difference between Leah and Reese. Leah know how to bring us back. I think Reese gets caught up in the conversation, rightfully so though, because the conversations be good. kind of bring us back, which is why like moving forward, once we get to where we want to get to, I want him on the panel.
But that's not to him because by default he was up here. And
that's why I said I need him back on the panel. That's where his position should be.
So basically, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna have Leah back for those who have been missing her. Leah gonna be back.
Yeah, because I've had people ask.
Yeah, just give her a minute. She'll be back. Not saying that she going through nothing like that, but Leah will be back though.
When you think about it, that's me, you.
Hey Leah, baby, reach out to
Reese.
us. She in jail right now.
Leah.
That's how I'm lying. I'm lying.
That's the 96 Bulls right there, baby.
Let's do this.
I think building something is always great, and the thing that throws me off is everybody say, "Oh, you need a team when you start." It's like you don't need no fun.
I almost want to FaceTime Leah right now.
Yeah, you don't need a team when you start. But what you need is you need the will and dedication of yourself.
Yeah.
And then the team will come.
Yeah, that's essentially what happened because in my mind,
it's like the old saying, build it and they will come.
Yeah, because to go, like I watch my old stuff from down to down because it's like, damn, I was doing this shit by myself. And then it's like, people came into the fold and things folded with those people, but then it's like, oh, I found a good
when
team.
they got ass?
When I went back by myself?
No.
Don't do that. Because he was essential in the process.
Well, you already said it now.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, he kept me going. And that was his role. Because I was plenty of times where I wanted to give up. And
by yourself, when you was by yourself, I used to be like, that's my man, I fuck with him, but God damn.
I mean, because I'm not that type of person.
You not energetic.
I need conversation.
Like a Dr. Phil type nigga.
Yeah, I need conversation. So it's like, when you
look
called and asked. Yeah.
Yo, I came so humble, like, please, baby, if you could think about it, possibly, maybe.
He ain't do all that shit. He was like, yo, I think I should be on the pod. I'm like, actually, that works. Because I'm tired of talking about my motherfucking self.
Yeah, I was drinking that day, too. Look, man, Tony, man. And I meant what I was saying, but I was compelled to do it at that moment. And, yo, I'm so thankful to like be a part of this shit.
Right.
Of your baby. Huh?
Wouldn't you want another part?
We can't keep doing that to them. I was just thinking about that the other day. I said we can't keep talking about that.
No, that shit was non-existent, though.
No, but it helps you find where you felt comfortable.
Yeah, this my bag.
There's nothing
like,
on this journey, on this process that wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah, like I was supposed
even
to,
like you, like the situation with you. After I think it was after I cut the episode up. Like, well, this thing is kind of interesting.
Weird.
Right, and then
not weird.
No, not weird.
No, it's supernatural and uncanny, and I do believe.
No, it was the mere fact that when we did that second part, it was.
When I went from the finance and then it went to like the dudes pause.
Yes, and then I noticed the balance. It was a balance there, and I'm like, oh, this is interesting. Like anytime I find myself actually watching the part where I forget that I'm editing, that's when I know it's a good part.
So for me, I think I noticed I was like, bro, y'all agree too much. Like, what the fuck on this shit?
Yo, cause we kind of think alike.
Because I'm in the middle. Like to me, I play devil's advocate too much sometimes. And sometimes it can be dangerous because it's like.
But for me, when I was watching, it was like, damn, bro, like it's no contrast in it.
Yeah.
Even if I agree to what the topic is, I'll still be the contrast.
Right.
Yeah, but
and he found himself trying to be
the devil's advocate in the situation because somebody else brought it to my attention, and that was Clay that brought it to my attention. Like, he brought it to Leah's attention. Like, y'all niggas agree too much. I was like, okay.
Speaking to the mic.
Guess what? I'll be the fucking bad guy. Like Clay was the person that said, hey, shout out to bro. And Brittany, his wife. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I agreed too much. So it was like, okay, cool. But I had the same views on a lot of shit.
Hold on, get Brittany claps till you get Clay.
Yeah, you gotta get Brittany claps. Yeah, that part. You know what I mean? But I like what we doing now. Like, this shit is like routine for me, right? My Saturdays is like, now people don't even ask what I'm doing on Saturday. They be like, what you doing after you shoot the pod versus yo, it's Saturday.
I've had
what you
that
doing?
same thing happen too. Like,
Yeah, and I like that because you respect what I'm doing.
You respect what I'm doing, but it's also people also respect routine.
yes.
Like that's the key to being successful. Like a routine, bro. Like you know what you're doing when you wake up. And
Exactly.
Like that shit is key, bro. Like that shit is key to success.
And I'm interested in those type of situations. I'm looking so forward to the day that we sign those contracts and we make shit really rock and shit. Of course, I'm gonna have Jeff open up the contracts.
Yeah, it's simple reading.
Yeah. But my uncle always said you gonna get fucked. You
I can't
determine
read
how
that.
hard you get fucked.
I can't read good.
My uncle always said so. Jeff is gonna read through the contract, and I'm gonna have a lawyer with him.
No, he got his glasses on. He
Yes, but he still needs a
and
lawyer.
Versace.
June 28th, I have another state attorney event.
Shout out to this. I want to get an attorney on here. Like I would love to get. I want to get a criminal attorney on.
I know
had
one.
him in mind.
I know him.
For real?
No, dead serious.
Ask him.
Yeah,
But
I shoot him a text.
Okay.
these are some of the things that you need in your Rolodex. Like, this shit is like mystifying to me. Like right now, it's like, damn, bro, like, I really got a state attorney in my Rolodex. I really got CPAs in my fucking Rolodex.
Yo, my phone go
I really
crazy.
got like CEOs. Like, yeah, I called the motherfucker that's doing the revitalization.
Yo, so how did that go? You remember we spoke on that
Bro.
down in, you know what we talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, yeah.
How did that go?
So I talked to the nigga that's. Hold on.
Yeah. We don't gotta speak on
I'm not
names.
gonna say the name.
How did it go?
Bro, it was cool.
Keep going.
It was cool to talk to
We coming on the 15.
a motherfucker that's making.
Minutes?
Mm-hmm. We got 15 minutes left. Go ahead.
The man that's like in charge of redoing the Inner Harbor. Talking to him. And
National Harbor.
No. The Inner
Oh,
Harbor.
yeah, no, it is the Inner Harbor. You're right. My
National
fault.
Harbor's already
Why
done.
would I?
But that's cool. But to talk to him and then to know that, bro, I ain't gotta put on no front. He didn't even put on.
How'd
no
that
front.
email go?
The email went fire, bro.
Because we talked about that.
Yeah. So like even
You him.
I am.
Timothy.
Even like in my email, like just his response, I know he wouldn't get nobody else that response. And he was like, damn, that's a heavy referral you got there. Like the person that told me to reach
Pop your
out.
shit though.
And then on the phone, I'ma just say like one piece of, he was like, yo, how the fuck you know him? He was like, yo, yeah, fucking billionaire. And I was like, oh, that's da-da-da. When we at the games, bro, when we sit in courtside, like, that's family at this point.
FYI, he's never brought me to a courtside game.
Never.
He only brings Little A.
Little A. Shout out to Lloyd.
Yeah, shout out to Little A. That boy
I
life
got a
is
little A
amazing.
myself. Shout out.
But like that was part of the conversation, and like we just had. Is when you start getting higher up, you start seeing people's egos and shit. And how I move now, it's like, bro, like you're not coming at me with no ego. I'm not coming at you with no ego. Like we gonna meet off some human shit, and we gonna talk me to you. Like we gonna. I don't attract that energy anymore. So we not about to have no homo. Excuse me. Pause. We not about to have. Please beat that out. We not having no dick swinging contest. Like we not doing that, bro. Like we gonna talk and we gonna see how things can work. Even if they don't, or we gonna come out with a friendship on that.
Reese, you like to beat that out. I didn't even do it.
Yeah,
But if we talk, like, so he was just like, yo, even if the relationship don't work, he was like, yo, the relationship can go from 100,000 to 100 million. It just depends on how our relationship
talk
goes.
that money shit though.
Talk that money
Talk
shit.
that money shit though.
He was like,
You're so humble talking about this.
nah, off camera, it'll be a different story. I'll tell you more about it.
Yeah. We gonna get into that,
But
but
it's like, yo, like just talking to motherfuckers with money, it's like at the end of the day, bro, like we people. So we gonna talk is that, like, not
on subject, like that's why I love the circle that I be in.
yeah.
Like, cause it be that, it's just like, ultimately, I love my my Wiretap family, my friends, my connections. I appreciate everybody. Shit, yeah. And man, listen, all our followers and everything like that, we appreciate y'all.
We building a healthy community.
We are.
And that's what it is, from our connections, our interconnections, to the people that we reaching out via these social media platforms. Yeah, it's all about just building organic relationships, and that's what we're doing. And it start with, the people that are watching this podcast. So
thank you.
Shout out to the people.
Yeah.
Shout out to the people.
You gonna take us home, baby?
And once again, thank y'all for tuning in to the Wiretap. We'll be back next week. Like, follow, subscribe, and guess what? If you're feeling frisky, go ahead and comment.